Hey, hey there. It's all right. You can rest. I've got the watch tonight. Everyone else is already asleep, rolled up in their bedrolls, armor set aside, packs stacked neatly near the fire. You did good today. Really good. You don't need to keep an eye open anymore. Go ahead and settle back down. I'll stay right here. I like taking first watch anyway. There's something peaceful about this hour when the world finally exhales. The fire's just the right size, not too bright, not too low. Enough warmth to keep the chill away, but gentle enough that it won't carry far. You can hear it, can't you? That soft crackle, low pop of sap in the wood. If you listen closely, you can almost feel time slowing down with it. You don't need to worry about anything tonight. The road behind us is quiet, and the path ahead can wait until morning. I checked the perimeter already. No fresh tracks, no movement, just old leaves, soft earth, and the kind of silence that means nothing is hunting. You're safe here. All of you are. I'll keep my eyes open, and if anything changes, I'll wake you gently. But I don't think I'll need to. Tonight feels kind. You can let your thoughts drift now. Let the fire do that slow work of untangling everything you carried today. The flames keep leaning toward you, like they're curious. Every so often, a spark jumps up, just for a moment, before fading back into the dark. I always liked that part. Little bits of light trying to become stars. The logs are settling in too. You can hear that soft shift, wood finding its place. I'll add another branch soon. Not yet. Let this one burn down just a little more. There we go. Nice and steady. They look peaceful, don't they? Over there. See how their cloaks pulled halfway over their face? They always do that when they're really comfortable. And over there, still clutching their pack like it might wander off if they let go. Old habits die hard. You, though, you finally relaxed. You're breathing slower now. That's good. That's exactly how it should be. I always find my mind wandering on watch. Nothing heavy, just small thoughts, like how different the fire sounds depending on the wood, or how the stars shift just enough that you notice if you're patient, or how strange it is that some of the quietest moments feel the safest. If you feel your thoughts drifting too far, Just bring them back to the fire. Crackle, soft warmth, steady light. That's all you need right now. I'll just quietly check our backs again. Everything's where it should be. Straps secure, buckles fastened. No reason to wake anyone over loose gear. I'll set your pack a little closer to the fire. Not too close. Just enough to keep the damp away. There. Perfect. You don't have to listen to danger tonight. That's my job. If something stirs in the dark, I'll hear it first. If the fire shifts, I'll tend it. If the wind changes, I'll notice. All you have to do is rest. You earned it. The stars are especially clear tonight. No clouds, no haze. Just pinpricks of light scattered like spilled dice across the sky. Sometimes I try to trace constellations. Sometimes I just let them be what they are. You don't need to name everything for it to matter. There's one up there I like. Always seems brighter when you're tired. If your eyes are getting heavy, that's good. You don't need to fight it. I'll be here when you drift off. Even when your thoughts start to blur. Even when the fire sounds melt together. Just rest. Alright. Still quiet. Fire steady. Camp's secure. Nothing stirring but the night itself. You're doing just fine. You can sleep a little deeper now. I promise. You were brave today. You were clever and kind and steady when it mattered, even if it didn't feel that way in the moment. Right now, though, you don't need to be any of those things. Right now, you can just be warm and safe and asleep. I'll add that branch now. There we go. Listen to that. The fire approves. Morning's still a ways off. Plenty of time for rest. I'll wake the next watch when the stars shift a little more. But you don't need to think about that. Just breathe in and out. The fire's got us. The night's calm. And you're exactly where you're meant to be. I always find that the middle of the watch is the quietest. That's when the night feels the deepest. When even the forest seems to be holding its breath. You might hear an owl eventually, or the distant rustle of something small moving through the underbrush. But those sounds are gentle, ordinary. They belong here. Nothing dangerous ever sounds relaxed. If it were something to worry about, it would want to be heard. So when the night stays soft like this, that's how I know we're alright. You can let your shoulders sink a little more. There's no tension needed right now. I've got my back to the fire, so the light won't carry far. Anyone passing on the road would just see darkness. Maybe a faint glow they'd mistake for fireflies. And if someone did wander too close, well, they'd have to get past me first. But I don't think anyone will. Tonight feels like one of those rare nights where the world simply leaves you alone. You know, when you're on watch long enough, you start to notice patterns. How the fire changes color as it burns lower. How the shadows stretch and pull like they're breathing. How the same breeze comes from the same direction, like it's following a familiar path. I think the world has habits, just like people do. And tonight, the world's habit is being kind. I'm going to poke the fire just a little bit. Not much, just enough to keep it from settling too fast. There we go. Did you hear that shift? That soft little sigh the logs make when they move? I like that sound. It always feels like the fire saying thank you. You don't need to open your eyes, by the way. If you hear me move, even if you hear the fire crack a bit louder, nothing's wrong. This is all just part of keeping the night gentle. You can stay right where you are, warm and tucked in. Sometimes I wonder what everyone dreams about here. After a long day on the road, dreams always seem sharper, louder, more vivid. Maybe they're dreaming of towns we passed through, or meals we haven't had yet, or victories that haven't happened but feel close enough to reach. You might be dreaming already. If you are, I hope it's a good one. And if it isn't, I'll still be here when you wake. I'll check the perimeter again soon. Just a slow walk around the edge of camp. Not because I'm worried, just because it's part of the rhythm. But before I do, I want you to hear this part. The fire, the night insects, the wind through the leaves. This soundscape, this moment, is what safety sounds like. Try to remember that. Alright, I'm standing now, slowly, no rush. My boots barely make a sound on the dirt. See, I chose this spot carefully. Everything's still as it should be. The packs haven't shifted, no new tracks, no snapped twigs that weren't already there. Even the forest floor looks undisturbed, like nothing's passed through since we arrived. Good. That's exactly what we want. I'll head back to the fire now. There we go. Where it's warm, I'll sit again, just like before. You know, people think watch duty is boring, but I don't think so. It's the only time when you're not doing anything, not planning, not reacting, not pushing forward. You're just existing. And sometimes that's the hardest thing you allow yourself to do. But tonight, you're allowed. I can see the way your breathing's evened out. That slow, steady rhythm. In, out. That's perfect. If you want, you can sync it with the fire. Each crackle on the inhale. Each soft pop on the exhale. There's no wrong way to do it. I'll tell you something quietly, just between us. I prefer nights like this to any tavern or city. No crowds, no noise, no expectations. Just the people you trust, asleep nearby, and the quiet understanding that you're all watching out for one another. That's worth more than gold. I think I'll wrap my cloak a little tighter. The night air's cool, but in a comfortable way. The kind of chill that makes you appreciate the warmth more. Still nothing moving. Still calm. Still safe. If your mind starts drifting, that's okay. You don't need to follow every thought. Just let them pass like clouds, slow and shapeless, dissolving before they become anything solid. If one sticks around, gently nudge it away. You can think about it tomorrow. Tonight's only job is rest. I wonder what time it is. Not that it matters. Out here, time isn't measured in bells or schedules. It's measured in firewood and stars and how tired your bones feel. And right now, it feels like it's exactly where it should be. You might hear me yawn in a moment. That's normal. Doesn't mean I lose focus. It just means that the night's doing its job. There it is. I'll stay alert. Don't worry. But there's no harm in letting yourself feel tired. That's what nights are for. The fire's settled into a really nice rhythm now. Not loud, not fading, just steady. If you ever feel like your thoughts are too loud, you can always come back to this sound. Crackle, soft warmth, steady glow. I think I'll add one more small piece of wood. Just a small one. There. Perfect. That should last until the next watch takes over. You don't need to wake for that, by the way. I'll handle the change. I'll wake them gently, whisper their name, let them ease into it. No abrupt starts, no jarring movements. Everyone deserves a soft transition. And you'll stay asleep. That's the plan. If you do wake briefly, just enough to realize where you are, that's okay too. You can listen for my voice. I'll still be here, quietly talking to the fire, watching the dark so you don't have to. Everything's alright. Nothing's wrong. The world's quiet, and so are you. I'll sit here a little longer, just like this, watching the embers shift, listening to the night breathe, keeping the space between danger and rest nice and wide. You don't need to thank me. That's what parties are for. We take turns, so everyone gets to sleep. Rest now. I've got the watch. I'm right here, still watching. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to do. Just sleep.